Alright, hey guys. So I found this very, very strange spire like object. And the strange thing is, there has been a couple found about 7 years ago, somewhere around the Antarctic area, somewhere around here, but those have been scrubbed for some reason. But I believe this may be connected to these 3D, these CLOAKED crafts that I found on the 3D Google Earth. If you didn't see that, you can go check out those videos. You see, I found these on Google Earth, the web-based version. And we keep seeing them. These are all over the ocean, or over water of some sort, right? So let's take a look at this spire. I guess it's a spire. I don't know. It seems to be... Okay. So check this out. And the ones that people have found prior were just under the water. They didn't come out of the water. And so you can see how this is just protruding out of the water. And I've been looking at this thing for hours, trying to figure out, is this a glitch or whatever? There's no way this is a glitch, because just like the crafts that I showed here, when you draw a line, it very much shows. Let me see if y'all didn't see that. See, when you go to measure this, this is so cool, y'all. When you go to measure this, you can see that it's obviously picking up something. Otherwise, you'd be able to see through it. And then these other ones actually are even casting shadows. See, like this one? It's casting this perfect shadow, just the same exact size as the craft. Oh, I'm trying to measure this one. And you can see this shadow right here. See, so it's definitely picking up something. So what could all these be doing? Well, could they be connected to something like this? I don't know. But this goes all the way to the bottom of the ocean, and you can actually see that. Look. You have to do it so delicately. Right here. Oh. It's so hard, y'all. I've been looking at this thing for an hour, and actually more than an hour. Like 2 days, 3 days. All right. You have to do it so slowly. Okay. Anyway, I think y'all get the picture, but I want to show y'all. You see how I measured this? You can see the lines. It actually goes all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to measure this with y'all because, you know, so you can see that I didn't just create this line. The line actually just does that when you go to measure it with the line or with the 3D path. Okay, so if you're measuring it just like a mountain or something, it tries to go all the way to the top. You see? And that's what it does with normal structures. So it can't be a glitch. This is definitely something. And I'm going to show y'all what I think it could be. I found this article of some ancient, not ancient, but old technology that they supposedly aren't really using. And so who's using this? Goes all the way to the seafloor. And then it comes right out up here. And it's in this crevice, this crack in the ocean. And if you're wondering what this line is, this is going to Pole Norte, which I believe to be either the new North Pole or the new South Pole, because as most of us know that there is a pole shift going on. And I've talked about this before, where if you dug a hole straight through this place, you would end up at the Spratly Islands, you know, where China is building those military bases in the Spratlys. But let's stay on task here. I'll talk about that in another one. Okay. So again, I mean, if you try to measure this with a 3D path, it's almost impossible, because it's trying to pick up the entire thing. I'm gonna give y'all the coordinates so y'all can check this out. It's absolutely insane. Okay, so what I believe this could be, I want to show, let me see, right here. So there have been, you know, we all have heard about these water spouts and things like that. But could these be cloaked crafts that are using seawater as some type of fuel? They could be. And maybe this is like a straw of sorts. Because let's check this out. So scientists just found a new way to make fuel from seawater. And it goes on to talk about how they, through hydrogen fuel, eliminates the tailpipe pollution. But what they do, you know, water is H2O. And so they're using the hydrogen, from what I can see. So it's technically hydrogen power. So they've made boats out of this. But there was an old one back in 1954, right here, where, let me see, boats run on seawater. And so they have these suction siphon type, I don't know what you would even call these. So if a boat could do this, couldn't a craft do it? Especially a cloaked craft? They would easily be able to do that, I would imagine. I mean, because nobody really thinks that they run off of gasoline. They're not going to Exxon or Citgo to get fuel, right? So right here you can see how it's just going down like that, and I would imagine that's the same way the planes would do it. Okay, so I have it, I believe this is all the way to the top. And it's saying 1.58 miles. I'm not sure if that's relevant, but and you can see how it goes down and then up. It's, you know, it's not a glitch of any kind. In my mind. Maybe it is. Who knows? This is so cool. And if you look at it on Google Earth, the web-based version, you won't see it. You have to use Google Earth Pro for this. And look. I mean, it's like the Empire State Building, just like sticking out of the ocean. What? This is so cool. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. What do y'all think it is? You know, at first I thought it could be some type of entrance or something, but that I don't know. That just doesn't seem like, you know, like the one that I found in Antarctica. The one that's like goes from the South Pole to the North Pole. It's down here. I have to go to 2012 to see it. Right here. You know, I was thinking maybe it could be something like this. But this, you know, this is on the ground. This doesn't come out of the ocean. So, somebody has some extremely advanced technology. And I don't think it's our military. I mean, it's off the coast of Colombia. But I don't think it's ours. I mean, I guess it could be, but look. You see how this is just perfectly on the ground. And I believe that this is, I did an entire video on this if you haven't seen that also. You can see this, and it goes essentially all the way to the North Pole. But with the North and South Pole seeming like we're about to have a pole shift, are they setting up other things around the new North and South Pole? It could be. And I believe that's why China is working so frivolously, not frivolously, but like madly. Because whoever controls the poles essentially will control everything, you know? Because as of right now, we can't do anything. Everything's just kind of the Antarctic Treaty, and then, you know, the ancient civilization that may or may not live down there. I believe they do. So, you know, what's going on? What is all of this? So many. I mean, they're building these things like something's going down. You know, like why they have, it's China. They have this entire continent. Why is this so important to them? Why is this so important? It doesn't make any sense. They have a huge country that they could be doing stuff on. But they're so worried about this. And so is our military, doing those freedom of navigation, you know, missions out there. Why? Why is this so disputed? Somebody wants to control this, and there's a reason. Let's go back to, let me see. Okay, so, I mean, that could be what these cloaked craft are doing. Maybe they're in testing phases. Maybe they're trying to reverse engineer what some other advanced civilization has done. You know, like the Tic Tac Crafts. I don't know if I don't really believe that they're called Tic Tac Crafts because they look like Tic Tacs. I think it has to do with temperature and inertia. And that could be the acronym. Temperature, inertia, controlled tactical attack craft. Tic Tac. I actually put that on Twitter the other day underneath the Academy to the Stars. You know, those goofballs that are pretending that they're putting out disclosure. And my tweet got hidden by either Twitter or To the Stars Academy. Why? Why would they do that? I don't know. But so, could these crafts be, you know, sucking up seawater? Like this. And there's a few other ones. See right here? I mean, this just doesn't look like a normal water spout. It looks like a cloaked craft. You see? That's what I think it is. And, you know, in order to keep that temperature down, they need seawater. Or maybe they're just powering it. It could be a multitude of reasons. I mean, I'm not an engineer. I'm just observing these crazy things that are going on. And then what the heck was going on with the White House and having crafts over the White House the other day? People are like, oh, that's that blue beam, you know, the alien invasion, all of this stuff. They're just trying to psyop people. I don't think so. I think there really were crafts. I mean, we see them all the time. Why would they not go over the White House? I think, like I said, like a year ago, there are things that we are doing, we meaning DC, that might be angering the advanced civilization that lives in Antarctica because of all of the, I mean, it could be all of the drilling, the oil, it could be, you know, the mass genocides that we're creating across the countries, multiple countries. It could be a number of reasons. I think DC kind of got too, they believe that they're stronger than they really are when we're not. When you compare it to these possible ancient civilizations or advanced. I don't know how ancient they are, but I think that maybe like during the flood or something, Noah's flood, maybe they didn't perish. And maybe they've always had this advanced technology, you know, they didn't have to start over. I honestly don't know if Google knows they have this thing. So don't be surprised if they scrub this thing. I mean, it's like this pole. It's like a pole in the middle of the ocean. It's so crazy. I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? I mean, there's tons of different things about using seawater for fuel. And this is how we refuel in the like we go side by side. I was on a refueling ship before I was on a destroyer, and we use these big tubes to connect to other ships. Could that be something like that? Or how they refuel in the air like this? Couldn't it be just as easy to use this and go down to the ocean? Especially if you're a cloaked craft? I think so. I think it's very possible. And I think a lot of, you know, we have a lot of games and sci-fi movies and stuff that allude to things like this, and I think that they tell a lot more truth than we know. I think there's a lot of, I guess we could call it predictive programming or something, but I think it's more like self-disclosure. Holy crap, I don't know what that is. I mean, what the heck is this? All of these things that we think are sci-fi, I think are actually real. Not everything, obviously, but there's a lot of things. And this is just a way to, I guess, self-disclosure. See how they said that they decided to kill the project? Why would they do that? They have this amazing fuel that they can use, which is water, and they don't have to drill. Well, of course, big oil wouldn't want that. And that's why a lot of clean energy and things have been shut down because of big oil. See, look, so the fuel could theoretically be widely used in transportation from cars to planes because the process also uses oxygen. It could also be used on submarines where it could supply fuel for the ship and oxygen for the people on board. So this would be perfect to use seawater. You don't have to go stop at a gas station or find a refueling ship to refuel. You just take in the seawater and you could fly forever, right? I think so. Alright guys, tell me what you think in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye guys.